In a world that constantly pulls at our emotions, have you ever wondered what it truly means to master the art of not reacting? Picture this: a sudden outburst, a harsh comment, or an unexpected challenge. How often do we let these moments dictate our feelings and actions? The key to transforming your emotional landscape lies not in suppressing your feelings, but in embracing the power of mindful response. Imagine standing at a crossroads, where one path leads to chaos and the other to calm. What if the secret to inner peace was simply pausing before you speak or act? The practice of non-reaction invites us to observe our emotions without judgment, creating space for clarity and wisdom. Can you feel the tension melt away as you learn to respond rather than react? Each moment offers a choice: to be swept away by the tide of your emotions, or to stand firm like a mountain, unshaken by the storms of life. As we explore this profound concept, prepare to unlock the door to emotional mastery, where every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. Stay tuned, because the journey toward emotional freedom is just beginning. Understanding the power of reaction. The way we react to situations plays a crucial role in shaping our experiences. Every day, we encounter various triggers that can provoke emotional responses, whether it's a challenging work situation, a disagreement with a friend, or even a minor inconvenience. These reactions are not just automatic responses. They are deeply intertwined with our perceptions, beliefs, and values. By understanding the power of our reactions, we can begin to take control of our emotional landscape and navigate our lives more effectively. Reactions often stem from past experiences and learned behaviors. For instance, someone who has faced criticism in the past may react defensively to feedback even when it's constructive. This automatic response can create a barrier to personal growth and constrain relationships. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward breaking the cycle. By becoming aware of how our past influences our present reactions, we can begin to choose more constructive responses. Moreover, our reactions can significantly affect those around us. A harsh reaction can lead to misunderstandings and conflict, while a measured response can foster communication and understanding. This ripple effect emphasizes the importance of being mindful of our reactions. When we take a moment to assess our feelings and the potential impact of our responses, we can choose a path that promotes healthier interactions and personal well-being. In the realm of emotional intelligence, understanding our reactions is vital. It involves recognizing that our feelings are valid but not always justified. This understanding allows us to differentiate between instinctual reactions and thoughtful responses. Emotional intelligence empowers us to respond rather than react, transforming potentially negative situations into opportunities for growth and connection. Finally, the practice of self-reflection can enhance our understanding of the power of reaction. Taking time to analyze our responses after a situation has passed can provide valuable insights. What triggered the reaction? How did it affect the outcome? What could we do differently next time? By regularly engaging in this reflective practice, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our emotional responses. The nature of emotions can be categorized into two primary types: reactive and proactive. Reactive emotions are those that arise in response to external stimuli, often without conscious thought. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, your immediate reaction may be anger. This type of emotion is instinctual, serving as a survival mechanism that alerts us to threats or challenges. However, reactive emotions can sometimes lead to regrettable actions if not managed properly. On the other hand, proactive emotions are those that we consciously cultivate and embrace. These emotions arise from intentional actions and thoughts. For instance, feelings of gratitude or compassion can be nurtured through practices such as positive affirmations or acts of kindness. Proactive emotions are often linked to a sense of agency and control, as they empower us to shape our emotional responses rather than being at the mercy of them. Understanding this distinction between reactive and proactive emotions is essential for emotional health. By recognizing when we are experiencing reactive emotions, we can pause and choose to shift toward more proactive feelings. This shift may involve reframing our thoughts about a situation or engaging in practices that foster positive emotional states. such as mindfulness or gratitude exercises. Furthermore, the interplay between these two types of emotions can significantly influence our overall well-being. A person who primarily reacts to situations with anger or frustration may find themselves in a cycle of negativity, whereas someone who focuses on cultivating proactive emotions like joy and contentment can enhance their resilience and life satisfaction. This awareness allows individuals to make conscious choices about their emotional experiences. Ultimately, understanding the nature of emotions equips us with the tools necessary for emotional regulation. By recognizing our emotional patterns, we can develop strategies to navigate both reactive and proactive emotions effectively. This understanding fosters healthier relationships and a more balanced emotional life. Emotional awareness. Emotional awareness is a fundamental skill that involves recognizing, understanding, and naming our emotions before we react to them. It's easy to get swept away by our feelings, especially in moments of stress or conflict. However, taking a moment to identify what we are feeling can make all the difference in how we respond. Emotions can be complex, often layered with underlying feelings or thoughts that need to be unpacked. The practice of labeling emotions can be incredibly powerful. When we articulate what we are feeling, whether it's sadness, frustration, joy, or anxiety, we create a space for reflection. This act of naming our emotions can help to demystify them, reducing their intensity and allowing us to approach situations with greater clarity. For instance, saying out loud, "I feel overwhelmed," can prompt us to explore why we feel that way and what steps we can take to alleviate that feeling. Moreover, emotional awareness fosters empathy towards ourselves and others. When we recognize our own emotions, we become more attuned to the emotions of those around us. This heightened sensitivity can enhance our relationships, as we learn to respond more compassionately to the feelings of others. It creates a cycle of understanding and support that can strengthen interpersonal bonds. Building emotional awareness involves regular self-reflection and mindfulness practices. Techniques such as journaling or meditation can help us tune into our feelings on a deeper level. By setting aside time each day to check in with ourselves, we can identify patterns in our emotional responses and make conscious choices about how to manage them. Ultimately, the importance of emotional awareness cannot be overstated. It serves as the foundation for emotional intelligence, guiding us through our responses and interactions. By cultivating this awareness, we empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and grace. Breathing techniques. Breathing techniques are invaluable tools for calming the mind and body, especially during moments of stress or anxiety. When faced with a challenging situation, our body often responds with a fight-or-flight reaction, leading to shallow, rapid breathing. This physiological response can exacerbate feelings of panic and overwhelm. By practicing intentional breathing, we can counteract this response and bring ourselves back to a state of calm. One effective technique is deep abdominal breathing, often referred to as diaphragmatic breathing. This method involves inhaling deeply through the nose, allowing the abdomen to expand fully, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth. This practice not only slows the heart rate but also activates the body's relaxation response. Engaging in deep breathing for just a few minutes can significantly reduce feelings of anxiety and restore a sense of control. Another useful technique is the 4-7-8 breathing method. This involves inhaling for a count of 4, holding the breath for 7 counts, and then exhaling for 8 counts. This structured approach helps to shift focus away from stressors and encourages a more mindful state. It also promotes better oxygenation of the body, which can enhance overall well-being. Incorporating breathing techniques into our daily routine can yield long-term benefits. Practicing these techniques regularly, even when we are not feeling stressed, can help to create a sense of calm that we can tap into when challenges arise. This practice builds resilience and equips us with the tools necessary to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. Moreover, breathing techniques can be easily integrated into various settings, whether at home, at work, or in social situations. Simply taking a moment to breathe deeply can serve as a powerful reset, helping us to approach situations with a clearer mind and a more balanced emotional state. Ultimately, mastering breathing techniques is a simple yet profound way to enhance emotional regulation and overall mental health. The practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice that emphasizes being present in the moment, observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It serves as a powerful tool for managing emotions and can significantly improve our overall well-being. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to observe our emotions as they arise, rather than reacting impulsively. This shift in perspective can transform how we experience life's challenges. At the core of mindfulness is the concept of awareness. By tuning into our thoughts and feelings, we can better understand our emotional landscape. This awareness allows us to identify patterns in our emotional responses and recognize when we are being triggered. For instance, if we notice that we often feel anxious in social situations, mindfulness can help us explore the underlying causes of that anxiety and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Mindfulness also encourages a non-judgmental attitude towards our emotions. Instead of labeling feelings as good or bad, we learn to accept them as natural human experiences. This acceptance can reduce the tendency to suppress or avoid difficult emotions, leading to a healthier emotional life. When we embrace our feelings without judgment, we create space for healing and growth. One effective way to cultivate mindfulness is through meditation. Mindfulness meditation typically involves focusing on the breath, allowing thoughts to come and go without attachment. This practice can enhance our ability to stay present and regulate our emotions in daily life. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can lead to significant improvements in emotional awareness and resilience. Incorporating mindfulness into everyday activities can also be beneficial. Whether it's eating, walking, or engaging in conversation, bringing mindfulness to these moments allows us to connect more deeply with our experiences. By practicing mindfulness regularly, we can develop a greater sense of peace and clarity, empowering us to navigate life's challenges with a more balanced perspective. Identifying emotional triggers. Recognizing emotional triggers is a fundamental step in managing our emotional responses. These triggers can be specific situations, words, or even memories that provoke strong reactions. By identifying what sets off our emotions, we gain insight into our responses. For instance, if someone finds that criticism from a colleague always leads to defensiveness, acknowledging this pattern can help them prepare for similar situations in the future. Understanding the context of our triggers allows us to approach them with a new perspective. Consider a person who feels anxious in crowded places. By recognizing this trigger, they can develop strategies to cope with it, such as practicing deep breathing before entering such environments or choosing quieter times to engage in activities. This proactive approach helps reduce impulsive reactions. Another important aspect is realizing that triggers can often be linked to past experiences. For example, a person who faced bullying in school may react strongly to teasing, even in benign situations. By reflecting on these connections, individuals can better understand their emotional landscape and how past events shape their present responses. Identifying triggers also involves being aware of bodily sensations that accompany emotional reactions. Many people experience physical signs of anxiety, anger, or sadness, such as increased heart rate or tension. By tuning into these sensations, one can recognize when a trigger is at play, allowing for a more measured response instead of an immediate emotional reaction. Finally, keeping a journal of emotional triggers can be an effective tool for self-discovery. Writing down situations that provoke strong emotions, alongside the feelings experienced, creates a clearer picture of one's emotional patterns. Over time, this record can reveal insights that empower individuals to respond more thoughtfully rather than impulsively when faced with similar triggers in the future. Cognitive reappraisal. Cognitive reappraisal is a powerful technique that allows individuals to transform negative thoughts into constructive perspectives. This process involves consciously shifting the way one interprets a situation to alter its emotional impact. For instance, instead of viewing a setback as a failure, one might reframe it as a learning opportunity. This shift in perspective can significantly reduce feelings of frustration and helplessness. One effective way to practice cognitive reappraisal is to ask oneself a series of reflective questions. For example, what evidence do I have that supports this negative thought? Or, how might someone else view this situation differently? Such questions encourage a more balanced evaluation and can lead to healthier emotional responses. Over time, this practice can help develop a more resilient mindset. Furthermore, cognitive reappraisal can enhance emotional intelligence as it encourages individuals to understand their thought processes better. By recognizing the patterns of negative thinking, one can actively work to change them. This not only improves personal well-being but also enhances relationships with others, as a more positive outlook often leads to more constructive interactions. Another aspect of cognitive reappraisal is its role in stress management. When faced with stressful events, reinterpreting the situation can decrease anxiety. For example, if someone is anxious about a job interview, viewing it as a chance to showcase their skills rather than a potential threat can alleviate pressure and enhance performance. Finally, practicing cognitive reappraisal requires patience and commitment. It is not an overnight solution, but a skill that develops over time. As individuals consistently engage in this practice, they may find themselves naturally approaching challenging situations with a more constructive and resilient mindset. The importance of the pause. Taking a moment to pause before reacting can be transformative in emotional regulation. This brief interval allows time for reflection, which can prevent impulsive and potentially regrettable actions. For example, when faced with criticism, pausing to consider the feedback rather than reacting defensively can lead to a more constructive dialogue. The pause also serves as an opportunity to assess one's emotional state. In moments of heightened emotion, the body often experiences physiological changes such as increased heart rate or tension. By recognizing these signals and taking a moment to breathe, individuals can ground themselves, leading to a more thoughtful response. In addition, the pause can be a powerful tool for empathy. When emotions run high, it's easy to become self-focused. However, taking a step back allows individuals to consider the feelings and perspectives of others involved in the situation. This can foster better communication and help to de-escalate potential conflicts. Furthermore, incorporating mindfulness practices into the pause can enhance its effectiveness. Techniques such as deep breathing or visualizing a calming scene can help center the mind and body, making it easier to respond thoughtfully. This practice can be especially beneficial in high-stress situations, where the instinct might be to react quickly without considering the consequences. Lastly, developing the habit of pausing takes practice. Initially, it may feel unnatural or difficult, especially in emotionally charged situations. However, with time and dedication, individuals can cultivate the ability to pause, leading to healthier emotional responses and better overall emotional well-being. Developing emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the capacity to adapt and bounce back in the face of adversity. Developing this resilience is crucial for navigating life's challenges without resorting to impulsive reactions. One effective strategy is to cultivate a growth mindset, which encourages individuals to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. This perspective fosters a sense of agency and empowers individuals to face difficulties head-on. Another important aspect of building resilience is establishing a strong support network. Surrounding oneself with positive, supportive individuals can provide encouragement and perspective during tough times. Engaging in open conversations about feelings and challenges can also lead to shared experiences, reminding individuals that they are not alone in their struggles. Practicing self-care is essential for maintaining emotional resilience. Regular physical activity, sufficient sleep, and healthy eating habits contribute to overall well-being. Additionally, engaging in hobbies and activities that bring joy can serve as a buffer against stressors, reinforcing the ability to cope with challenges more effectively. Moreover, resilience can be strengthened through problem-solving skills. Developing the ability to think critically and explore multiple solutions to a given problem can reduce feelings of helplessness. This proactive approach not only enhances emotional regulation, but also fosters a sense of control over one's life circumstances. Finally, embracing vulnerability is a key component of resilience. Acknowledging one's feelings, fears, and limitations allows for genuine connections with others and creates a foundation for personal growth. By allowing oneself to be vulnerable, individuals can learn from their experiences and emerge stronger, ready to face future challenges with greater confidence. Self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating oneself with kindness, understanding, and support, especially in times of difficulty. This approach is crucial for managing emotions effectively. Instead of berating oneself for perceived shortcomings or mistakes, self-compassion encourages individuals to acknowledge their humanity and embrace their imperfections. This shift can lead to a more balanced emotional response and reduce feelings of shame or guilt. Practicing self-compassion involves three key components: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Self-kindness is about being gentle with oneself rather than harshly critical. For example, if someone experiences a setback, instead of thinking, "I'm a failure," they might say, "It's okay to struggle. Many people do." This gentle self-talk promotes emotional well-being. Recognizing common humanity involves understanding that suffering and failure are part of the shared human experience. This perspective can alleviate feelings of isolation and increase empathy toward oneself. When individuals realize that everyone faces challenges, it becomes easier to approach their own struggles with compassion rather than judgment. Mindfulness is about maintaining a balanced awareness of one's emotions. Instead of suppressing negative feelings or exaggerating them, mindfulness encourages individuals to observe their emotions without attachment. This practice allows for greater emotional clarity and helps individuals respond to their feelings with compassion rather than reactivity. Incorporating self-compassion into daily life can be achieved through simple practices, such as positive affirmations or journaling about one's feelings. Reflecting on experiences with a compassionate lens can create a deeper understanding of oneself and foster emotional resilience. Finally, cultivating self-compassion requires consistent practice. Individuals may initially find it challenging to treat themselves kindly, especially if they are accustomed to self-criticism. However, with time and dedication, self-compassion can become a natural part of one's emotional toolkit, leading to healthier emotional regulation and greater overall well-being. Nonviolent communication. Nonviolent communication, NVC, is a powerful approach to expressing emotions and needs in a way that fosters understanding and connection. Developed by Marshall Rosenberg, NVC emphasizes empathy and respect in interpersonal interactions. Instead of blaming or criticizing, NVC encourages individuals to articulate feelings and needs, paving the way for healthier discussions. This method includes 4 key components: observation, feeling, need, and request. By focusing on these elements, individuals can articulate their emotions without triggering defensiveness in others. To illustrate, consider a situation where someone feels neglected in a relationship. Instead of accusing their partner of indifference, they might express, "When I don't hear from you all day, I feel lonely because I need connection." This approach communicates the feeling and the underlying need without placing blame. The partner is more likely to respond with understanding rather than defensiveness. Consequently, NVC not only improves communication, but also deepens relationships by fostering empathy and mutual respect. Practicing NVC requires self-awareness and mindfulness. Individuals must first tune into their emotions and identify their needs before expressing them. This process encourages a pause for reflection, allowing people to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Additionally, NVC promotes active listening, where one sincerely seeks to understand the other's perspective. This two-way communication can transform conflicts into opportunities for collaboration and connection. It's important to note that NVC is not about suppressing emotions or ignoring the truth of a situation. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of responsibility in communication. Each person must own their feelings and needs rather than projecting them onto others. By adopting this approach, individuals can navigate difficult conversations with grace, leading to more productive outcomes and strengthened bonds. In practice, implementing NVC can lead to significant changes in personal and professional relationships. People often report feeling more connected and understood after using NVC techniques, as it encourages vulnerability and honesty. Over time, this fosters an environment where individuals feel safe to express themselves openly, which can be transformative for group dynamics, family interactions, and workplace environments. The effect of reaction on relationships. The way we react in interpersonal situations can significantly influence the dynamics of our relationships. Reactions are often immediate and instinctive, and they can either strengthen or strain connections with others. When individuals respond with anger, frustration, or blame, it can create a cycle of negativity that leads to misunderstandings and conflict. Conversely, thoughtful and composed responses can enhance understanding and promote healthier interactions. Consider a scenario where a colleague misses a deadline. A reactive response such as anger or criticism may escalate the situation, leading to defensiveness and resentment. Instead, taking a moment to reflect and respond calmly can lead to a constructive conversation. For example, expressing concern about how the missed deadline affects the team can open up a dialogue that addresses the underlying issues without assigning blame. This shift in approach fosters a collaborative atmosphere, where both parties can work together to find solutions. Moreover, the impact of one's reactions extends beyond immediate situations. Patterns of behavior establish precedents in relationships. If someone consistently reacts negatively, others may begin to feel anxious or defensive around them, which can erode trust and intimacy over time. On the other hand, consistently positive and supportive reactions can build a sense of safety and security, encouraging open communication and vulnerability. Additionally, reactions can also impact one's self-perception and emotional well-being. Individuals who frequently react impulsively may later experience regret or shame, which can contribute to a negative self-image. In contrast, those who practice mindfulness and self-regulation in their responses often report increased self-esteem and a greater sense of control over their emotions. This positive reinforcement can lead to a virtuous cycle, where healthier reactions lead to better relationships, which in turn promotes further emotional well-being. Ultimately, being mindful of how we react is key to nurturing healthy relationships. By taking the time to pause and reflect before responding, individuals can choose their words and actions more carefully. This conscious approach can lead to more meaningful interactions and a deeper understanding between individuals, fostering stronger and more resilient connections. Practices for self-control. Developing self-control is an essential skill for managing emotions and responses effectively. It involves the ability to pause and reflect before reacting, allowing individuals to make choices that align with their values and long-term goals. There are several practical exercises that can help enhance self-control, making it easier to navigate emotionally charged situations. One effective practice is the 10-second rule. When faced with a strong emotional reaction, individuals can train themselves to pause for 10 seconds before responding. This brief interval provides a moment to breathe and assess the situation, allowing for a more thoughtful response. During this time, individuals can consider their feelings, the impact of their words, and the potential consequences of their reactions. Over time, this habit can significantly improve emotional regulation and decision-making. Another powerful technique is visualization. Before entering a potentially challenging situation, individuals can visualize how they want to respond. This mental rehearsal can help reinforce positive behaviors and responses, making it easier to maintain self-control in the moment. By imagining themselves handling conflict calmly and constructively, they are more likely to bring that vision into reality, reducing impulsive reactions. Engaging in regular mindfulness practices can also bolster self-control. Mindfulness meditation teaches individuals to observe their thoughts and feelings without judgment. This skill translates well into everyday life, as people learn to recognize emotional triggers and respond with intention rather than impulse. Simple practices such as focusing on breathing or body sensations can enhance self-awareness and pave the way for more measured responses. Additionally, setting personal intentions and goals can guide individuals in developing self-control. By identifying specific areas where they want to improve, such as responding more calmly in conflicts or managing stress, they can create actionable plans to achieve those goals. This may involve journaling about their progress, seeking feedback from trusted friends, or practicing self-reflection to evaluate their responses in various situations. Through these practices, individuals can cultivate a stronger sense of self-control, improving their emotional responses and enhancing their overall well-being. As they learn to pause and reflect before reacting, they will likely find that their relationships and emotional health benefit significantly from this newfound ability. Impact of culture and society. Cultural and societal influences play a pivotal role in shaping our emotional responses and reactions. Different cultures have distinct norms, values, and expectations regarding emotional expression and regulation. Understanding these influences can provide valuable insights into our own behaviors and those of others, facilitating more empathetic interactions. For instance, in some cultures, expressing emotions openly is encouraged and seen as a healthy way to communicate. In contrast, other cultures may prioritize stoicism and emotional restraint, viewing excessive emotional expression as a sign of weakness. These cultural differences can lead to misunderstandings when individuals from different backgrounds interact. A person from an emotionally expressive culture may perceive someone from a more reserved culture as cold or indifferent, while the latter may see the former as overly dramatic. Moreover, societal factors such as media representation and social norms influence how individuals perceive and react to emotions. For example, certain societal narratives may glorify anger or aggression as a means of asserting power, while others may celebrate calmness and diplomacy. These narratives shape expectations and behaviors, often unconsciously guiding individuals in how they express and manage their emotions. The impact of culture and society extends to emotional resilience as well. Some cultures emphasize community support and collective coping mechanisms, which can enhance resilience in difficult times. In contrast, cultures that stress individualism may lead individuals to rely solely on personal coping strategies, potentially impacting their emotional well-being. Recognizing these cultural differences can help individuals navigate their emotional landscape more effectively and foster greater compassion for others. Additionally, it is crucial to consider the intersectionality of culture, as individuals often belong to multiple cultural groups that influence their emotional experiences. Factors such as ethnicity, gender, and socioeconomic status can intersect to create unique emotional responses and reactions. By acknowledging these complex dynamics, individuals can develop a more nuanced understanding of their own emotional patterns and those of others. Overall, understanding the impact of culture and society on emotional reactions is essential for fostering empathy and effective communication. By recognizing the diverse influences that shape our emotional experiences, we can cultivate healthier relationships and a more compassionate society. Benefits of not reacting. Choosing not to react impulsively can yield numerous benefits, both emotionally and psychologically. This practice encourages individuals to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, leading to more constructive outcomes in various situations. By opting for a measured response instead of an immediate reaction, individuals can enhance their overall well-being and decision-making abilities. One significant benefit of not reacting is the reduction of emotional turmoil. Impulsive reactions often lead to regret, guilt, or heightened conflict, which can contribute to stress and anxiety. When individuals take a moment to breathe and contemplate their response, they are less likely to say or do something they might regret later. This conscious choice fosters emotional stability and a greater sense of control over one's feelings. Furthermore, practicing non-reaction can lead to improved relationships. When individuals respond thoughtfully, they promote healthier communication and understanding. This approach encourages others to engage openly and honestly, creating an environment where conflicts can be resolved constructively. Over time, this practice can strengthen bonds and foster deeper connections based on trust and respect. Choosing not to react also enables individuals to gain valuable insights into their emotions and triggers. By taking the time to reflect rather than react, they can identify patterns in their emotional responses and the underlying causes of their feelings. This self-awareness is crucial for personal growth, as it allows individuals to work through unresolved issues and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Moreover, the practice of non-reaction can lead to better decision-making. When individuals respond impulsively, they may be driven by immediate emotions rather than rational thought. This can result in choices that do not align with their long-term goals or values. By taking a moment to reflect, individuals can evaluate their options more clearly and make decisions that support their well-being and aspirations. In essence, the benefits of not reacting extend far beyond immediate situations. By cultivating the ability to pause and reflect, individuals can enhance their emotional health, improve their relationships, and make wiser choices. As we wrap up our exploration of the power of non-reaction, let's take a moment to reflect. Imagine how your life could change if you could pause before responding to every challenge. What if, instead of letting emotions dictate your actions, you could choose clarity and calmness? This is not just a skill. It's a transformative practice that can lead to deeper connections and greater peace. Remember, mastering non-reaction doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means acknowledging them, observing them, and choosing how to respond consciously. This is where true wisdom lies. So the next time you find yourself in a heated moment, ask yourself, what am I really feeling? What response will serve me best? Consider this. What if your ability to stay calm in chaos could inspire others around you? How might your relationships evolve when you approach them with a composed heart and mind? As you integrate these teachings into your daily life, keep this question in mind. What small step can you take today to practice non-reaction? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey towards emotional mastery starts now, and every moment is an opportunity to grow. Embrace it fully,